Okay, it's 10:02,
Yeah,
guys.
Okay,
so
let them in, let them in.
They're in.
They're in. No, they're not.
hello.
I see them in a waiting room. Hello, everybody? No, they're in
Yeah,
a waiting room.
No, they're here. There's no waiting room. That's why I'm
Uh,
whispering.
oh, hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. They're not here. It says admit all. I'll just
They're
Okay.
press
here.
that
They're
button.
all, no, that's because they're all here. Let me unmute them. Now they can talk. Hello, everybody. You can unmute yourself and say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Somebody
Morning.
wrote in the chat. Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
This is the final stretch. Final
Good
week.
morning.
Good morning. Was that Tony?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, Tony.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Vitalia.
Good
here.
morning. Hi, Vitalia. How are you? Nice to
Hi,
hear your
good.
voice.
Yeah, I've been down with the flu all week. So I just,
Oh, that's too
No.
bad.
And that's why you needed the supply?
yeah, that's what I was reaching out to all and sundry. Please, someone help me. It's
We've
such
had
a
we think we've had an outbreak at the daycare, so we closed it for this week when we went online so they can deep clean it. Because all the
Oh.
kids are sick, so
Oh,
something's going around for sure.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm like way behind this week. I haven't done anything.
It's okay, don't worry, you have time. I know you'll catch up.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know
let's
you,
get
so I know you'll catch
started.
up.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Morning.
This is Fazia.
Hi, Fazia, how are
Hello,
you?
Fozia.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna get started, are we?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So this
so
is our fifth and last live session in our Creating Basic H5Ps Collaboratively course.
next slides. So today's agenda is, of course, the introduction. Again, I think by now you know us, all three of us, the moderators. And I don't know if there are any new participants. I think
Yeah,
somebody
we had
started and they're kind of working through.
2 new participants who got their
And
sandboxes this week.
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then we have the activities for week 4. We're just going to discuss that. Activities for week 5, there's only one H5P activity, a memory game. Everything else is just reflection and discuss and your takeaways. And then there's the badges and the certificate of completion. Again, TESOL Ontario is honoring that for 10 PD hours. All they need is a certificate of completion. If you're on Tutela, that's all Diane will need, and I will need to know who has it, and you'll just have to present it to her. And we'll figure that out later. And I'll meet you up in the Tutela group.
Okay.
So you
Great.
have to be in that Tutela H5P group in order to get the PD hours. That was the only requirement by Diane, and of course the certificate of completion.
Great.
Next.
So, you know, yeah, the
This
three of
is
us.
Andrea, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you can read about her.
Yeah.
Lots of experience. And this is myself
Elizabeth and Dr. Nelly. Yeah.
and Dr. Nelly, our mentor, our everything, our
Yeah.
support.
Okay.
And with everybody by now here has a sandbox, online courses for free. And you've been creating H5P activities between weeks 2 and 5. Feel free to visit each other's sandbox. Again, everybody has editing rights in everybody's sandbox. So please make sure editing is off so that you don't, spoil anybody else's activities. Because if your editing is off, you won't be able to. So
And
these
here,
are all the people with sandboxes.
26 boxes. Yeah.
That's
Full
right.
of activities,
26.
full of
27,
creativity.
I think 29 sandboxes.
Yeah.
Oh, 26. Okay. I guess you
26.
counted. I didn't.
Yeah, I guess I counted them, but
Because some of
I'm
them
not that good
skipped
at
and
math.
neither am I, don't worry.
Okay. Now the required task for week 4 that I mean, week 4 will finish tomorrow, where several video tutorials on how to use Audacity, how to create dictation with audio, dialogue cards with audio, single choice set and crossword. And we also have the audio repository database, where you included some links where to find sound files.
So after watching Audacity, I think most of us, being the creative type that we are, because otherwise we wouldn't be taking an H5P course, we'll be creating our own audio. Yes.
Yeah.
And we just want to say congratulations. You have or will have your 4th badge by Sunday night, as Andrea and I are still watching everybody's videos and adding comments. We have to watch every single video. That takes time. And we also have careers and a life other than Evo 24, and yeah, it's been
Yeah.
quite an interesting go.
Yeah.
So we fell a little bit behind this week because each of us had our own little challenges, but yeah, we'll catch up. We have today and tomorrow, just like you have today and tomorrow to finish your thing. So it's not a race, is what we wanted to say. So
Yeah,
this week we
exactly.
didn't. Yes, unpaid hard work. I saw that little thing in the chat. Yeah, but it's been fun, and that's the thing. The idea is to learn, have fun, learn together, get ideas from each other, go and apply them in our own teaching context. That's what Evo is all about. That is what this is all about. And teachers teaching teachers, teachers learning from teachers. It's a great way to expand our knowledge, I find.
Yep.
Next,
You're
please.
totally right. Okay, but well, let's reflect a little bit on the activities we had this week. Okay, here we pointed out some interesting topics to reflect on: the creation of H5Ps, the attribution and the licenses, the feedback we give to the students' answers while doing the H5P activities, the forum questions we pointed out, and how to embed videos, your video tutorials. So feel free to unmute yourself and ask, make comments, ask questions, let's reflect together.
So I noticed that some people do the attribution inside, but they don't click the little button in the top right-hand corner within the activity that says show attribution, which just puts a little button at the bottom of your H5P that says rights of use. And that's where people can get all of the information for all the images that you've used and attributed, all of the audio that you've used and attributed. Otherwise, if you don't click that little button in each of the activities within the H5P when you're creating them, it's useless because nobody will see it except you when you go into editing mode. So I just wanted to say that. And I did respond to somebody on that and put in screenshots.
Yeah.
Can you show us that little button? Okay, Tony, I think you've been doing it because I see rights of use on your activity.
Yeah, you know that at the bottom, you have the
So-
reuse, right of use, embed, that is very, very small at the bottom of the activity. Okay, and some of you in your video tutorials showed, I clicked on these 3 things showing what each meant. By clicking on reuse, a new window opens showing that you can download the activity. By clicking on rights of use, you can see all the attribution for your work and the images and audio that you added to different parts of the activity.
So Magdalene says searching for the right image and filling in the attribution is very time consuming. She wants to take her own pictures. By all means, go ahead. I've done that. Take your own pictures, save them, put them in your computer, save them to the Google Cloud, whatever, or to your iPhone cloud
Yeah,
if you have a
but
Mac.
remember
Um,
that if even if you use your own pictures, you can attribute yourself. I loved when Fozia shared her own pictures and she uploaded to them to
Pixabay.
Pixabay,
That's
attributing
amazing.
herself. So congratulations, Fozia. I say that again.
Thank
Did
you.
yeah,
Thank
And
you
it
very
feels
much.
good,
mentioned,
doesn't it? It feels good. It feels
yeah,
good.
Thank you very much.
you're
And I'm
welcome
glad we
because we have so many pictures available everywhere on the internet. Why not attribute ourselves with
yeah,
our own
exactly. And
pictures?
I've always had a passion for taking pictures, and in high school I did a course where we developed our own black and white pictures. And I did really well in that course because it was something I liked doing, taking pictures of the city, anything, the tower, like we it was a wonderful project. And we used to develop our own black and white pictures at the school. By then, at that time we had film,
Yep.
black and white film, and
And
those cameras that you had to adjust, nothing was automatic.
yeah,
It was like a manual camera. It was fun. And yeah, this kind of brings back that thing. So if you want to take
yeah,
a picture of a stop sign, a picture of a parking, whether you can
exactly.
park or not, even outside of your school, like there's so many
Yeah,
opportunities for the real world tasks that when we take our own pictures, yeah, it's an amazing thing. Sharing them will be great as well. And
yeah,
I think, Fazia started that off for us, and that's a great idea. And that's what we
yeah,
need. If more teachers do that, our life becomes easier. Things are easier to find,
yeah,
and you can actually apply it for the real world
exactly.
and
And
into
well,
real
then
world
the
tasks.
issue of licenses. I found out that many of us use Pixabay or Unsplash, but as regards Pixabay, I did a bit of research, and Pixabay has its own license that does not really match any of the CC licenses. And they put that into practice in 2019. So all the pictures that are uploaded in Pixabay before that year are public domain CCO, but the ones uploaded later, we should attribute these pictures with the Pixabay license. So that brought me a question: how to or what to choose in that list of licenses we have in H5P when creating the activity. And I think that the best one could be undisclosed and perhaps mentioned in the metadata of the activity, of the title of the activity, where we attribute our creation. There's a license extras box where we can add that the pictures on question number, I don't know, 2, 3, belong or have a Pixabay license. The same applies to Unsplash, but I haven't researched a lot on that license yet.
So another way is you can take the license and the license page from Pixabay or Unsplash or
Yeah,
wherever it's from that have their own unique and add it to that little section extras.
I
That's
remember.
what I would do now.
Yeah,
But all of this takes time, and it takes
yeah,
time to learn. I mean, I and Andrea were not experts. We're also
yeah,
learning along with you. Like this is like it's a serious thing. We do want to
yeah.
credit people. We want to do it the
The
right way, but
the
we don't
right
have
way.
all the answers.
Yeah,
So,
I
if you
remember
guys have
one of.
answers given to us, because that would be great, right?
Yeah,
That's how we discover solutions and learn
yeah.
together.
I remember one of Tony's videos that did a wonderful research, work, trying to find what license, that a certain image had, and thank Tony, for that, because you made me be a lot more curious about licenses. That's why I got into Pixabay and started searching. I went to some other websites where they talked about that, and they had the same doubts we have, how to attribute Pixabay images.
Right, and
Okay,
I'm sure there are forums out there,
yeah,
other than just Evo or whatever, like there are forums out there where you can ask those questions as well.
yeah.
Maybe even on the, I haven't really had time to explore further the, oh my God, cclicense, .org
Yeah,
website, but
because
I'm sure
even
there's
there's
stuff
one
there.
that says general public license, and I found out that that refers to software mainly. Okay,
Johnny
general
said,
public.
sorry, Tony says I made work for you, Andrea. Well,
Oh,
no,
but
you
I
just
loved
you got
it.
us
Yeah,
thinking, and we love
yeah,
that. We love that challenge. We love
yeah,
to go and go and research further. That's
yeah.
what, teaching is all about, right? Is like, oh, so and so mentioned this, but we don't know, so we need to find out, right? So, and
Exactly.
that's, I think, like, that's how everybody learns, right? If you don't know something, you're gonna go find out. And it's great. And you even learn from your learners. I mean, they bring another,
Yeah.
like wealth of knowledge.
Okay. Another thing that I really want to mention as a reflection is that sometimes we skip the feedback area when creating an H5P. And I agree with Brenda a lot. I think it was, yeah, your post, Brenda, where you mentioned, or your video, where you mentioned how important feedback should be when students click on the correct or on the incorrect um, answers. This um, this type of really valuable feedback. I know that sometimes we just put great job, awesome, or try again if they make a mistake, but constructive feedback um, is really essential. So try to give some feedback to students' answers, because that motivates them a lot. Okay, Liz, do you want to say anything
No, I wanted to see what
about the
people had to say.
forum questions?
I mean, I think that when you're designing H5Ps, like personally myself, I like to grade them. So give them a grade like 7 out of 10. Because I find that if my students get that, even if they read the feedback, they're like, oh, I did this wrong. They go back, they redo it. And if I find that something that's not graded, they say they did it, but they've only actually looked at it once. And that happens with the dialogue cards because they don't do what they're supposed to do, which is listen, repeat, read, listen, repeat, whatever way they
Yeah,
want to do it. And I find that a lot. And now that I'm in class and using the blended aspect where they're doing stuff in Avenue and they've got their phones in their hand and they're doing it, they're like, teacher, I'm finished. Teacher, I'm finished. But it's like you haven't done what you're
yeah,
supposed to do. So, like that importance. Like, when you take the picture dictionary, I have them also use the dialogue cards and copy the words into their notebooks, but they know that it's always available to them,
yeah,
right? So if
yeah,
they want to go back and do something from September, they can. If they want to go back and repeat a lesson from 2 weeks ago, they can. It's there. It's not going away. Once I give them something, I never take it away.
yeah,
And Magdalene Singh, another thing that I have learned is that not every H5P activity allows you to set up more than one question. For example, multiple choice only allow, yeah. So this is where, Magdalene, this is where the advanced H5Ps comes in. And most of the H5Ps on Avenue are course presentations, because that allows you to do on each page of the slide, it allows you to do the multiple choice, the question set, and so on. What was question set allows you for more questions and different types of questions, and that you can use within a course presentation, or you could use it alone. So I don't know if you've had time to check out the ones that I put in this week's like samples, but they're there, they're open. We opened them yesterday because we were hoping that more participants would add more in the forums and more of their work, so that, you know, they can see other ways to do things. So you might want to check those out.
Yeah.
And shout out to, I think, Leah. She created a course presentation for the bonus, and I thought, oh my gosh, we haven't taught this, but that's incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's how to do it.
realize I didn't realize that that's what it was. I
Yeah,
meant to
that's the
do
course
the
presentation.
but
That's
it
no
was
problem.
like it was great to use. It felt like you had a lot more flexibility
Exactly.
in where you put stuff and how you used it. So I really did like that particular option for
Right.
H5Ps.
And I don't know if you were at the presentation by Margaret Stasiak. She also showed, like, oh, she said, oh, you could fix these, but I'm like, yeah, that's only taught in stage 4. And if people don't know what they're doing, they don't know how to take out the slides and keep only what they want for their, like, to make it a quiz or to make it an assessment, you know, or a skill using task. So it takes time. I mean, all of this takes time to learn. All of this, you know, you just kind of have to sit back, enjoy yourself, and you play with it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Play
Exactly.
with it.
I certainly feel like these 5 weeks have been a fantastic foundation for H5P. I had attended the odd like 1 hour session through the college that I work at, but I couldn't really like get a handle on how to effectively use them. And I feel like the process of just every week adding a little bit more, I feel like I have a really good foundation and I'm more willing
Right.
to play with it now. So
So,
thank you very much.
So everything you
Welcome.
created in week 1, you can take it and add audio to it, add images to it if you wish, leave it like as is, if it's like, if you want to use them for reading or whatever, like the possibilities are basically endless and dependent on your creativity. I mean, there might be
Yeah.
the odd time where you want to do something and it's not possible. That's happened to me. I'm like, but there has to be a way, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
you play with
these
it.
activities we have seen during the 5 weeks will be the springboard, yeah, to more complex ones, such as course presentation, interactive video, column. There are lots of other activities that depend on the ones we have seen during this course. That's why
Right.
I agree with you, Leah, that it's better to start step by step with the basic ones. So then when we grasp how these questions work, we can go to a more complex stage, like the course presentation that you did wonderfully. Yeah.
Okay, so Marella and Brenda are referring to something which I've already answered in the support forum for Brenda. I don't know if you've ever used a Q&A forum, but I like using it because I misworded it. There is no add a discussion topic. Sorry about that. There's a question by me, and the question is just the same as what's in the shell of the forum. So basically, you're going to add your own H5P, which you created. There's no need for a video. It's just a link to your sandbox, to your H5P, and discussing how you will use it with your learners or in your teaching context. So if you answer the criteria in there, that's fine. It is a bonus question. So all you do is click the reply button, reply. You will not see the other participants' answers until you've replied to the question. So that's what makes it adds that dynamic of mystery, because you don't know what Leah's done. You don't know what Tony's done. And I can tell you they've done great things. And so it's just basically clicking the reply, and it's just one question. Some teachers add more than one question, but I love using this with my students, and it works really well when you're at a distance. But in the classroom, they're sharing what they're writing anyway, so it's kind of hard. It doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
But at a distance, it's an amazing type of forum. So the Q&A forum, like you just reply to that one question. I like using
Oops.
just one question in the
Sorry.
forum. It's okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions or reflections or feedback? So there's no added discussion. There's only a reply button. Yes, Fazia has raised her hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question how to embed all those things. The embed link didn't work for me. I tried to embed something in my own, like,
You
in my
don't
own course.
embed, just add a link. So just take the web, you know, the course address at the top, the address bar, just take
Mhm.
that and add it to your reply. And people just click on it because everybody here has a sandbox and they're able to get into your sandbox.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
or they could just go to your sandbox. But if they don't know which activity it is, it's nice because when you open the activity, it also has its own address, like a PHP dot and then a number,
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
like
Thank
at
you.
the top.
and as
So when you're
regards
in view
how to embed
mode,
videos, we had some participants who just put links to Loom or their own Google Drive. And well, in the presentation for week 4, I added some of Dr. Nelly's wonderful videos showing how to embed those video tutorials into a forum. Okay, because it's a lot better to see the video in the forum itself, not to go somewhere else to watch it. Okay.
yeah, so sort of like what I and Andrea have done.
Yeah.
And you can learn how to do that, I think, in the Moodles for Teachers course. Is
Yep.
that right, Dr. Nelly?
Yep.
How to embed audio,
Yeah.
video in a course or in a
Yeah.
forum.
Yeah.
It's really nice because that's also quite good for beginners for level 1 and 2 because they don't leave the Moodle site they're on and they just stay there and watch any video there. So
Yeah.
it's just like you grab the code and you put it into the link
Yeah.
of the video, like you
In,
just click on the video
in
little
some
box at the
cases, it's
top.
just the link. With YouTube, you put the link and
Yeah,
it embeds automatically. But in other
exactly.
cases, you have to use the embed code. But well, yeah, this is
Not
something you will learn little by little as you work on videos. Yeah.
I think actually there's a Learn IT to Teach put out a video. Paul did the video on embedding. It was really good. You might want to look that up.
And Nelly has wonderful
And it's
videos
free for
for each
everybody.
platform.
It's called
For
embedding on the Avenue, but Avenue is Moodle, so any Moodle site you can do it the same way.
yeah. Any questions? Any more questions? So we can
No. Okay,
move
let's go
on.
on. So bonus activity in week 4. So this one's not related to the badge or anything. It's just a bonus if you're feeling, up to it and you can take and use any H5P you created in week 2 or 3, add images, add audio to it. One thing, when you're doing this, make sure you use the reuse button of the activity that you created. Always allow reuse because that way you just click it and then you upload it to your content bank and then you add the images and the audio. Because if you don't, you change the original activity and it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very important to download it and then upload it or use Lumi to do it on your own device. If the
Yeah.
power goes out or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
up to it.
Yeah. Okay. So here we show you that there are examples for all the activities for week 2, week 3, week 4, the ones we created and showed you in the video tutorials.
Yeah,
So
they're
you
all
can have
here.
a look, yeah, at each of these activities. This is for you to get ideas, yeah, or to,
So this is basically our sandbox.
yeah,
And we share them with you within the course so that people stay within the course instead of going back to online courses for free and then back here. And also because there's editing and everybody could see even hidden work. So we
yeah,
thought, no, we've got to do this a different way. And this is our solution. So this is everything that we have in our site. And
yeah,
week 5, there's the memory game, and we'll add that towards the middle of the week, let's
yeah,
say around Thursday,
yeah,
because the weekend's on Sunday night at
exactly.
11:59. So
Okay, but you know what this week is, right?
nobody
7
says it.
days to go, 7 more days, people.
Love this.
Now, what are we gonna do in this week, Liz?
Well, the objective is to conclude the session with reflections and presentations. So the week begins with you're going to be working on your final H5P, a memory game. So you can do that while you're thinking about the memory game activity type. You can find out more about it at h5p.org.
Okay,
And memory game.
good. So we're going
And
to be
from
playing
us,
with
we'll
images
show
and
you
texts, yeah?
images, text, images, and like you can match images to image or image to a text. You're going to say, oh, but I don't have the image for the text. That's great. Just use your snippet tool, type nice and big on your computer, crop, and save it as a picture. And there is your image for text.
Yeah.
Crisp, clean, nice. You can even use the Comic Sans Serif for level 1 and 2. And that's great. Wrapping up and showcasing activities, you can share your reflections on the use of interactive H5Ps in your teaching context through a forum. So you're going to share your reflections on all the H5Ps you've learned. Showcase your H5P creations and the most and least useful activities you developed during this session. So, you're going to have to come up with at least one least useful for your teaching contest and one most useful. And there's going to be a final discussion in terms of a forum to reflect on your overall learning journey, challenges, and accomplishments during these 5 weeks that we've been together. You're going to complete any outstanding tasks or activities, ensure your session participation is comprehensive and complete. You're going to contribute to the EVO feedback form to provide valuable input on the session. This is really important for Andrea and I, because we may want to do this again.
Yeah,
And
it will
that
be,
feedback will be great.
that EVO feedback form will be available February 18th, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Liz?
On the last day of the course, I believe
Yep.
so. Once the course is finished, and
Yep.
yeah, I think that's how it works.
So week 5 will start on Monday, February 12th. Okay, you're
At
going to
midnight.
have only one video tutorial to make about the how you added and created your memory game H5P activity. And then we will have 3 forums. The first one to share your reflections on the use of H5Ps in your teaching context. As the second one showcasing your H5P creations, there's a spelling mistake here. And
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to
yeah,
fix that, huh?
yeah, I cannot fix it here.
No,
Okay.
I know you can't.
And
Fix
week
that.
5, reflect on your overall learning journey, challenges, and accomplishments. And finally, the feedback for EVO 2024. But what have we done during this course? We have talked about netiquette and CC licenses.
Week 1.
We have seen some H5P activity types. How many? Well, several. In week 2, we worked on text-based H5P activity types, true, false question, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, track the words, mark the words. What about week 3, Liz?
Week 3, we looked at H5P activity types with images such as flashcards, dialogue cards, and the quiz question set, which allows you to do several kinds of different
Yeah.
questions.
And in week 4, that is
We looked
still,
at audio, activities with audio, such as dictation, which is audio only. So great for what it's for, a dictation. You learned the words, so instead of going to Spelling City, keep them online where there's no advertisements and do your own dictation here. Dialogue cards, these were great as well. They're great for learning. They act as your dictionary, your picture dictionary, except even better because I think our pictures are better than any dictionary can offer.
yeah,
And also there's the audio, so they can listen to our wonderful voices over and over and over. And a single choice set, again, is just a single choice. You just have one choice and you choose. It's text-based, but you can add images, right, Andrea? Or-
yeah. We can add
And
images and we can add audio in the description.
right, so
And
this is good.
crossword.
And
Yeah,
crossword. Crossword is great because you can add questions and you can design it any way you want. We did forget a simple one that you might want to try as well. Like it's really easy to make a word find or word search.
yeah,
Just all that is you enter the text that you've been learning and then it creates a word find for your students. I just want to mention if you use that and you're teaching lower levels, you can teach whether the words go backwards or not.
Yeah.
There's a drop down menu and you just tick off whatever you want. And mine always go across,
yeah,
like left to right,
Yeah.
across diagonally
Yeah.
and down. I do not use any of the other ones because it gets confusing for
Yeah.
CLB 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I want to keep them, to the way we read in English,
Yeah.
left to right. Next.
Okay, we also worked with the two activity types for H5P, the famous blue and black icons. Yeah,
Right.
and I'm really happy that some of you tried both. No matter that perhaps you have the blue one available at your workplace, it's also good to know the advantages and disadvantages each one has. Okay, and perhaps in your workplace you have both, like it is in my case, and I
No,
will
we
prefer to use the black one because that's the one I started working with. But I know that perhaps the blue one has some more advantages.
So we just have the blue in our at the Moodle site we use, most of us here, I think. And we used to have the interactive content at ngulink.org, and I think they're pretty much the same. The
Yeah.
forms are the same that you fill out. So H5P interactive content you create right on there. With H5P, the blue one, you have a content bank and you just create in the content bank.
And remember the stars, okay? To
If you
make
click
these two
those, they're in your favorites. And when they're
Yeah.
in your favorites is easy to access. So you
Yeah.
can do that on any Moodle site.
Okay, but we also introduced the use of Lumi Education, either online or offline, to create your own H5Ps and share them with the world.
Right. So with Lumi Education, you can share them with the world. On Tutela, you can share them across Canada with all of the Tutela participants. It would be nice if you shared in both places. I think some of you have the confidence now to share your work and credit yourselves and others. So let's try that. If you're confident to do it, let us know.
Yeah. And well, you learned a lot about screen recorders and platforms to publish your videos.
I love YouTube, so
And well,
that's all I know.
I guess that something, yeah, that you also learned through these weeks is how to check if you completed the required tasks. For example, clicking on the to-do button, okay? Or having a look at the left panel, the left block, where you have the course index. And if you see the task has a green circle, then it means it's complete. But
Right.
if
I
it
don't think
doesn't,
Andrea showed it
something,
here.
yeah. No,
Did
I'm
you
just
show it?
showing. No, I'm just showing
Just
this.
here.
Yeah.
So here it turns green as well. Again,
Yeah.
this to
Yeah,
do is
like
only
this.
available in Moodle 4.0 and above. It was not available in 3.11 or lower versions of Moodle, so it won't be on other sites unless they've upgraded to Moodle 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But
Yes, you
do
can,
I want my
Magdalene.
certificate like this, Liz? Look, my name
No
is
way.
Andrea Arf.
No, of course not. I
Look,
want to
does it
see a
look nice?
capital letter and a capital
No
letter.
way.
No,
That's not my name. You know,
of
Liz.
course not. And we want to use our professional names, the same you use on Tutela, or the same you use for oh my gosh, your TESOL organization. And Shabana put up her hand, so let me just pull up the chat.
Yeah.
So Shabana, you may unmute.
Hi, good morning. I'm sorry
Hi,
I
good
Good
morning.
I
morning.
overslept today.
That's
Never
okay.
mind. It's
It's
okay.
necessary.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had a
So,
long week.
yeah, so for my week 4, I have done first 3, but my video tutorials and the other parts are not unlocked. I have made the activities, but I'm not able to unlock them so I can post the videos over there.
What do you mean unlock them?
Like there's a week 4 video tutorial, there's a lock next to it, and I'm not able to access.
Did you do the pre-requirement of
Yes, I'm done with those.
Well,
Yes.
perhaps we haven't graded you yet.
probably
We are
like
going
if
to
you did it
check.
today or yesterday, we haven't.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I am a latecomer this session, this course, because I'm working mornings and evenings, and my evening classes are 6 to 9. So
Wow.
then
No,
I
no
usually do it on a
problem. No
Friday
How
problem.
do
night.
you have time, Shabana? How do you have time?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
I
lots
teach-
going on with my
I teach
volunteer
5
thing.
hours a day, so
Yeah, no, I teach 5 hours a day in the morning and 3 hours in the evening.
we're trying to
And
get that, and I don't know if I'll be able to do another
yeah,
course
and
like
then
this
I
if
have
I
some
have that.
volunteering projects going on along with it. So the
Yes, I
Fridays
know.
is the day for my H5P. So okay, then I have everything ready. I just have to upload because I've finished everything. Just
Good.
have to upload stuff over
That's
there.
great. That's
Okay.
great.
So, look, if
So fix your name
if
your
your
name looks like
profile
that.
shows like this with lowercase letter, incomplete last name, once you complete all the tasks, the certificate of completion will come out automatically with the name as it is in your profile. I
And you
don't want
cannot
this
change it.
certificate. We cannot change it.
So let me just say like
So how do
Sayala,
we?
maybe Salome, you want to change yours? I don't know if Vitalia has a thing.
Yeah.
So you can go into your profile, and you can change your first name and
Good.
last name to be the way it is at your
So you click
like
on this
like
drop down menu next to your
professional
picture,
organization.
and you click on profile. This will show up. So you click on edit profile, and then in this general area, have a look at the name, first name, last name, and edit it the way you want your name to show in the certificate. Yeah,
Leah
please.
has a question. She has her hands up.
Yeah.
Can you unmute maybe and ask us?
You can finish this part because it kind of changes the topic. I don't want to derail your conversation.
Because some people are actually, they have lowercase letters for their name, and I don't know, but that just
And
doesn't look
if
professional.
they
And it is
edit,
like, this is PD, like professional
yeah,
PD. It is international. I know there might be some different ways to do things in different countries, and that's fine. But I mean, if you're in Canada,
yeah,
please use your capital letters. I mean, I think we teach that to our students.
yeah.
It's beyond me why people are still using lowercase.
And the issue is like this: if you finish and we grade your tasks, and then you decide to edit your profile, it's too late.
Exactly. Because
So
once that certificate's issued, there's nothing we can do. It's
yeah,
issued automatically as soon as we finish grading everybody and you've done all your tasks, that final certificate, that final badge is yours, and that'll be your
yep,
name on it. And there's nothing we can do. Sorry, like.
yeah. That's why I guess the first task this last week is check if your name is the way you would like it to be on the certificate. It takes just a few seconds to click on the drop down menu, click on profile, edit your profile if you see that that's not the way, and make the necessary changes.
So you have the name you wanted.
Yeah.
So when you're responding in the forums, that's the way your name will look.
Yep.
So you might want to change that.
And well, these
And
are the badges. Some of you
so
have already gotten the first 3.
Mhm.
Some will get the one for week
Report.
4 today or tomorrow. And this is the last one for reflecting and showcasing creations.
Excuse me, Andrea.
Yes.
Did you answer? I don't know, because I went and I came back. Did you answer Brenda's question that Marilla also asked about?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It says, thank you for the clarification, Elizabeth, just further down in
Yeah.
Marilla, she said. But if they need
Okay.
more, I can do that. I just explained what the Q&A forum is. I think that's where the confusion was. There is no added discussion. There's just a reply button to my question. There's just one question in
Yeah.
the forum, so.
Okay. So remember, these are the tasks for week 5. Week 5 will start on Monday. Only one video tutorial, 3 other forums for reflection, showcasing, and a general reflection for overall learning, and the feedback for EVO 2024.
And that'll be it. So just a lot of reflecting and thinking about everything that you've done. Brenda has raised her hand. Go ahead, Brenda.
Thank you very much. Hi, I think perhaps you misunderstood my question in the support forum.
Maybe.
I wasn't objecting to the Q&A forum, which I love. I've used them for 20 years.
Okay.
What I was just trying to point out was the guidance needs editing, because it's saying we must do add a discussion, and there's obviously no button there because that's not what the Q&A forums do.
Right, I messed up because I copied the other forums and I forgot to edit that. So I'm very sorry. That was a mistake of mine. And
Yeah, and the second thing is that
thank you for that. Because I
Thank
went
you.
back,
Thank you. If you
and I
could
did
edit
check
that,
it.
yeah.
I did edit it. It's edited now. It says click reply to reply. So
Okay. Okay, and then the second issue with that particular forum is that is the way that you've set the conditions. So although you have actually, I know, gone into my support forum and clicked mark done, there are actually 4 conditions there, or 3 or 4. And the one condition is add a discussion. So nobody's ever going to get the green dot there because we can't add a discussion.
okay, that's no problem. I can fix
If you
that.
don't mind. Thank you so much.
Thank you for pointing that out. I hadn't noticed.
That's why it's called learning together.
That's right.
Thank you,
We learn from
Brenda.
each other. Yes, of course.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
you know, like I'm human. I make mistakes. So it's like
I wanted to mention
and
something
hide
about
stuff.
the names, Andrea, Elizabeth, and everyone. There's a problem because in this particular Moodle site, you you're authenticated by a social service such as Facebook, Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, and so on. You will need to change your name in that particular service. So if you're using Microsoft, you need to change it in Microsoft because it might not catch the change. If you make the change in your profile, it'll come back after a couple of hours. When you refresh
Oh.
the page, you'll see that, yeah,
Ah,
it's a problem because that's the authentication system here. It's by certain services to make life easier, but sometimes. So you need to actually change your name. And this could be a problem for those whose name is in a foreign language.
Yep.
mhm.
So you may need to decide if you want it in a foreign language, that's fine. Or if, just be aware that you'll need to make the change in that particular social service.
That's
Okay.
good to know.
Okay.
But I mean, capitalizing the first letter of a person's name is pretty much a standard. So I don't know why somebody would even log into a Facebook or
Because
you
it's a
know, Gmail or
username,
whatever.
Elizabeth, it's used as a
Google.
username.
Right.
What Google does, it takes the username and it could be with small letters or with a number and so on, and that's what it adds. So it's not really the person's fault, it's the way the system works with when you create your email.
Yeah.
Good
So you
to
might
know.
have a name that's I love you, Elizabeth, as a name because that was
Right.
their username.
That's why I have a professional Facebook and a friends and family Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leah has raised her hand. Leah, go ahead.
I just wondered how long our sandboxes are open to us. Just I want to make sure I get everything finished and downloaded. So I just wondered how long we have those sandboxes for.
Dr. Nelly. Only Nelly can answer those questions. How long can they have the online courses for free sandbox for?
I don't know.
Andrea and I
Yes.
can answer that, but
Yeah.
basically she let Andrea and I think Rafaela had a sandbox last year, something till about, I'd say
Yeah.
September, October of
Yeah,
this year.
several months.
Till the evil,
Oh, okay. So there's lots of time.
But we
yeah,
will.
there's
we
lots
will
of
ask-
time, but
yeah.
you could download it and store it. Like I would suggest buying one of those drives.
Yeah.
Just those small little drives.
Yeah.
Like there's 1
Right.
terabyte for 130 something at Costco.
Yeah.
I got one of those and I'm just storing everything in there because my other computer that had everything, it's kind of like being fixed. So
Right
But
on.
we will
Okay,
ask
thank you.
Nelly and
Bye,
we will let
Rafaela.
you know.
yeah, we'll ask Dr. Nelly, I'll let you know.
I'm
That's
here.
great.
What's the
Thank
question?
you.
Sorry, I had to go
Okay,
because
so
my husband started making
Leia,
noise
Le-
with working in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
okay,
Go-
okay.
Sorry.
Leia was asking how long she can keep her sandbox for.
As long as she wants. I mean, as long as she uses it, I just go through it. If I see empty shells, I just delete them. But if there's work
Okay.
there and she's working on and she's active,
There you go.
as long as
So
she
you
wants.
can have a second sandbox. One on
Wherever.
Avenue
I
and
mean,
one on
as long as the site's available, I don't mind.
Okay, thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the course as well.
Maybe Leah can help us now with the course presentation. Sorry, with the advanced one. I'm just kidding.
No, maybe she'll join next year
Yeah,
as a
who knows?
moderator. I mean, everybody's welcome
Yeah.
to join. We need helpers, right?
Yes, of course we
Yeah.
do. This is it's like a lot of work. So anybody who wants to help us out and be a moderator, you're welcome to it. We
After they complete this course, of course, they'll qualify
course.
for next year. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Sandboxes are amazing to play around with because if you screw up, nobody's gonna see. Of course, and the people you invite to a sandbox. So we have like a teacher collaboration course, and it's like a sandbox where you could just add whatever you want, collaborate with other teachers. I think it's a pretty good thing to have as well. Because that way you can put in an H5P, get feedback, you know, or a quiz or something that you're not too sure about before you give it to your students. And that's a great thing to do to get feedback from others.
Okay. Let's have a picture. Our last session.
Let's turn on our
Picture.
cameras.
Yeah, please turn on your cameras.
Hi, everybody. No, I'm not at a beach. I wish. Just trying to feel good. Yeah, winter attire and at a beach.
Okay.
And there's Nelly. And
opening the camera.
oh, it's not opening, Dr.
Oh.
Nelly. I think Dr. Nelly will have to fix
Mine's
that.
not opening. Yeah, that's fine.
I think Dr. Nelly will fix that in just a moment. I think we didn't allow cameras because sometimes the internet gets really slow. She's looking, she'll figure it out. I finally figured out how to put in a virtual background. I'm so happy today. It's unreal. I do not use Zoom. I am not familiar with Zoom. I only use Big Blue Button, and this is just, it's been a learning experience, let me tell you.
Doesn't the wind bother you?
No. Yesterday's wind bothered me.
Your hair?
I know, eh? Short and playful.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm
Hi,
everybody.
people.
on
Hi,
close.
Mirella, Iwana, Tony.
There we go.
Nice
Now
to-
we get to see people.
Yeah.
Rather than just on video.
Okay. So let's take some pictures.
Yeah, let me set this up
Okay.
here. Let me just
Okay.
put down that. Give me a moment
And
here.
you can take your own pictures too. Let me see.
Press the Windows key, print screen button, and you've got your own pictures.
Yeah.
I can't seem
Okay.
to.
And I think we
there we
have
go.
like two. Yeah, we have like two slides. So let's take pictures from both. Okay. Fantastic, people.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank
you
you for
so
all your
much.
wonderful work.
Thank you, Andrea and Elizabeth. It has been awesome doing this course, and
Thank
really,
you
I
so
can't imagine
much.
how many hours of preparation went into this.
Let's put it
That's
this
great.
way. An hour, hours an hour. Nights, because that's the only time we can meet.
I saw that.
Weekends. And it's kind of interesting. Yeah, it took us
It's-
about a year. This
Yeah.
idea started in Dr. Nellie's Moodle for Teachers, which is an excellent course.
Yes, and
Even-
I did it in 2019. I remember doing EVO in
I
Oh,
wish
no
2019.
I
wonder your
had-
name looked familiar.
Yeah.
Vitalia.
And
Yes.
Vitalia did courses with me at Learn IT to Teach. We did
That's
the
right.
leadership course together
Leadership
that
course
summer,
together, yeah.
along with Tareem
Yeah.
and a few others that I have in the collaboration course, which is where that idea came from. And it's like, yeah, we work together, we ask questions,
And
we're both
in-
teaching
in-
hybrid.
Sorry. Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
I was going through one of the videos on the YouTube, and because it was connected with the EVO, something else popped up on the side and it said twee. And I said, oh, I'm learning something new. So I clicked on it, and sure enough, I learned something new, unrelated, but I said, okay. Like my kids tell me, Mom, you're very with it in terms of knowing what's happening. So I asked my late 20 something daughter, do you know what's twee? She says, no. I said, does it mean anything to you in terms of culture? She says, no. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you what's twee.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's really, really fun. Yeah, I have played with it a tiny little bit. I really want to do Dr. Nani's AI course. We want to add an AI element to the advanced course, but this is just at the beginning in the beginning stages. So Andrea and I have a lot
Yeah.
of work ahead of us before we can even launch
Yep.
that course.
Yeah.
Because AI is so important nowadays that we really
Yes.
want to add an element of it
But
to
yeah,
our,
thank you to all.
but it's, yeah, I love these types of courses where people share and stuff. And that's why that leadership course was amazing, because all of us were pretty much sharing a lot of stuff. But then again, you know, we were in lockdown and it was COVID. So
Yeah.
that kind of helped. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
See you
How do
all
you
soon
add-
online in some other place.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes, of course. And Vitalia, you have my WhatsApp, so
Yes, I'm going to be contacting you.
I know. See
Okay.
you.
See you soon, Lee.